So I'm walking past here and I've just noticed Nuwave, and I've got Neil here who's the expert on induction cooking. Neil's going to tell us a little bit about this new technology that really is taking over and should be everywhere, shouldn't it?
It should be. It's not new. Been around for 150 years. What's new is the size.
Right.
It's now on a computer chip. It used to take up an entire room. Feel that? Cold.
It's cold, yeah,
Right.
icy cold almost.
There's a whole lot of reasons why you should already be using induction. One of them is it generates no heat. And I know that sounds crazy.
Okay.
But this is not a hot plate. There's no red hot rings, no flame. That's not how induction works. Under here, copper coils generate electromagnetic fields. As a result, it is the iron in your pan that gets hot, so only the pan gets hot. Now that bit scrambled my brain at first.
He's got me pegged already, hasn't he?
Put your hand across both of those. Leave it there. When I turn it on, you're going to notice straight away the temperature here doesn't change.
Well, this is cool on my palm, but my fingers are actually getting positively hot.
When I take the pan away, there is still no heat here. So, only the pan gets hot. The advantages? Well, safety is one of them. We're working with electromagnetism and iron, and there is no iron in plastic or ice, so that can't melt. There's no iron in your hand, a baby's hand, your grandma's hand, nobody gets burned. The paper, this is the first $100 I ever made, and it's not very good, I know, but it can't catch light. If the oil boils over, it can never ever start a fire. Use it outdoors, and I don't care how hard the wind blows, you will never need screens around it. It's not a hot plate. So if anything spills, it can't bake on or go hard, and your cleanup is a quick wipe with a damp cloth.
So I just realised that you've got this ice in this light plastic sitting right beside boiling water on the same plate that's generating the boiling water, and it's not even starting to look like it's going to melt the ice. It's not even radiating off it.
Only the pan gets hot. Takes a long time to work that out, but only the pan gets hot, and the paper can't burn.
Yeah, I noticed that's not real, otherwise it would have disappeared. And you said it was your first $100. Now I'm kind of doubting that somehow, but anyway,
All right.
What sort of power is required to run this?
This is where the Nuwave is unique. Induction requires 240 volts, but for the first time we have a professional unit that is not one of the little entry-level toy ones. Designed in Chicago by chefs to be used anywhere. Hotel, restaurant kitchens, remote mine sites, hunting, fishing, shooting lodges, boats, trucks, trailers, caravans, on-road, off-road, on-grid, off-grid. You name it. I can simply dial down the power. I'm using mains here because I have it available, and so will you whenever that's available. So I'm driving these at an indicated 2,000 watts. At the touch of a button, if I'm using the inverter battery set up in an RV or a little generator, I can drop it and turn the input down to 900 watts. The three choices, okay. 900, 1500, 2000. So, for the first time, induction is now available to everybody. On-road, off-road, on-grid, off-grid. And it is a sensible, practical alternative to gas, which is dirty, dangerous, heavy, expensive. Suddenly, we're all working with induction.
This is brilliant. You know, with more and more people now not wanting gas in their caravans, here's a real world alternative, and more caravan manufacturers are actually putting inverter systems into their caravans with these big lithium battery systems. So you could actually have one of these inside the caravan on the kitchen bench, take it outside, use it as the barbecue as well. Are they very heavy now?
Pick it up. It's
oh
less
heavens!
Than 2 kilos. You expect it to be heavy, but it's
you
not.
You would, yeah. So it's on top of everything else, it's also lightweight, and you can cook anything on this because
Absolutely.
You can use any type of pot.
Pretty much. There's an old wives' tale that you need special cookware. That goes back to the days of the early part of the century when we were still using that awful aluminium that we bought in the 70s and 80s. We no longer use
That's no longer the case.
Nobody makes cookware anymore that doesn't work on induction.
So if I was in the market and I want a Nuwave, where do I go to get it?
Well, you can go online and pay retail 329, 249 for the other model. The only difference is size. They have the same power and everything.
Yep.
But this is a popular choice at these events because of its portability. So online, 329, 249. But tomorrow, that's the last day of the show. Anybody who buys that one from me at the show, I'll give them that one free.
Wow, then that's a bargain if ever I heard one. You're at other shows, of course, so for those people that can't make the show, can't get in and see you at the Brisbane and Caravan and Camping Show, where are they going to get you next?
Look, we have been absolutely overwhelmed by people this year, and we're virtually out of stock. We've got stock coming in, and fingers crossed it's going to arrive in time. But every major caravan show run by an association in the country, you will find us there.
Well, that's good to know. Neil, thank you so much for taking the
Pleasure.
time. I know you must be worn out from having to do this presentation time and time again all day.
It's just a muscle.
I bet. Look, thank you very much for doing that. It's well
Thanks, guys.
appreciated. Thank you.
Appreciate it.